Charles Davenport. Standing 6'7", number 16, Rodney Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Lakers.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. And that's certainly what we have in store for us today. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Take a look at the Suns. They haven't had the year to this point they were hoping for, and it may be tough, guys, to right the ship for them.
Fellas, I really think it's a difficult job they've got ahead of them. I mean, anytime a team gets into a funk like the one they're in, getting out of it is really hard. They've seemed a little bit scattered to me lately. I'd like to see them form a better game plan and then stick with it. Stick to the script.
Yeah, that's tough to do, though, Clark. And when nothing's working and a team does start to lose confidence, I think that's where it's critical to have leadership, both on the floor and their coaching staff. And if they can figure that aspect out, I think then they'll be able to turn this thing around.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Bledsoe and 9 of the backcourt. Chandler out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Warren in at the small forward position.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career.
Now, here's Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the wing. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Now go to Doris Burke. We had a chance to talk with head coach Jeff Hornacek.
When talking about who they'll be most concerned with on the other side, he laughed a little and asked, "You mean other than Kobe?" He said that it's an almost futile effort to try and slow Kobe because he can score in so many different ways, saying, really, all we can try and do is prevent him from getting into a rhythm and try to force him into tough shots. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
Here's the kid. The Suns getting the bucket. Outside, Kobe. Lakers passing it around. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. To the wing on the left. Knight wide open. Knocks down the 3-ball. Knight's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here is Los Angeles now. 6-point game. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Now here's Knight. 17 points for him last game against Sacramento.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Here's the kid, following the basket by Markieff Morris. The pass to Garbage Man. Brown outside. Garbage Man. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental error.
Now here's Bledsoe. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And the wide open shot from Morris from outside off the mark. Lakers trail by 6. And here's Kobe from the arc. It's hauled in by the Suns. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Now Brown. Brandon Knight missing on the 3. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Lakers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And he sinks the second. Phoenix leading by 5. Bledsoe outside. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Phoenix, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Technical free throw is good. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's the kid, guarded by Bledsoe. Excellent D there from Bledsoe.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college, the kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing for someone else.
Here's Bledsoe following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Bledsoe passes to Warren. He kicks it to Morris. Dishes it to Warren. 6 to shoot. Knight for 3. Phoenix no good that time either.
You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played, and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Suns making a change here. Ben's checked in. Phoenix has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Len, a screen. Knight dishes to Len. Rebounded by the Lakers. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
I mean, no stress in that one. Again, almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
The defense just too soft on that possession. You have to be closer and contest at the rim.
He dishes it to Warren. Len sets a screen for Knight. Drains the three-pointer. Knight's got 7 points.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And another three for the Lakers.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Pass to Bledsoe. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Phoenix making some changes. Henry Sims is checked in for Markieff Morris. Sonny Weems comes in for Warren. And it's Booker in for Eric Bledsoe. Bryant with it. He has 5. Here is Garbage Man. Back to Kobe. Shot clock at 6. Akwebu passes to Garbage Man. A baseline J. Here's Brown, and he uses the glass on the layup.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Outside Knight. Plays it up and banks it in. Knight's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one.
And so here's Phoenix after the basket by Los Angeles. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The kid passes to Bryant. Kicks it to Brown. No good with the triple.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
And you're right there, Clark, because anything less than lockdown defense on him is going to result in a triple.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Excellent timing on that tip in. That's something that makes him so good. I mean, just great timing in the air around the basket. A gift.
Out to the right wing. Passes it to Garbage Man.